I think when we were at school in Tring Park together, we were familiar with each other, but Euan was you're a year older than me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of just like passing ships.
Yeah. We were on the we were on different courses at the school. We did different A levels, so we never really bumped into each other. We had obviously mutual friends, but not quite Katniss and Peeta breaking bread.
Yeah.
Well, hello there, citizens of Panem. The time has come. Not for the reaping, thank heavens, but for the official opening night of the Hunger Games on stage here at the brand new Troubadour Canary Wharf Theatre in London. Be sure to subscribe to What's on Stage and ring that little bell for notifications. And now, roll the highlights, and of course, may the odds be ever in your favour.
So I played Primrose Everdeen in the 4 movies of the initial introduction into the Hunger Games world. So I'm very close to it. I grew up on set from like 10 to 16 years old within this world and these projects. I'm such a big fan of theater. So this is like a dream for me to see this like form into this kind of different but similar art form.
You know, it's a big relief to be here on opening night, not least because we've spent 7 weeks inside the theatre teching, very long tech period, very long preview period, while they've still been building the theatre. That's been unique and exciting, but obviously full of challenges. So it feels like the end of a really exciting, challenging chapter, being here, ready to tell the story in the best way that we can.
Oh, I'm just so thrilled for this cast because they've worked so hard. Their commitment is unbelievable. So I'm just so chuffed and so proud of them.
Well, we first approached Lionsgate 7 years ago. And we had conversations with the amazing executive at Lionsgate called Jen Brown and said, what would a theatrical interpretation of the Hunger Games look like? So that's where we started. And Suzanne Collins, she's written these incredible stories, these incredible books. And we agreed that we thought, let's start with the first book. Let's tell the first book on stage. And so we needed an incredible storyteller like Suzanne Collins. So, of course, I just commissioned and we just staged the Bob Dylan musical Girl from the North Country, which Conor McPherson wrote and created. We asked him to do that. So I asked Conor, have you read The Hunger Games? And actually his daughter had been reading them. So he came back and after reading the first book and said, this is incredible storytelling, and did this beautiful adaptation of The Hunger Games on stage. And then we brought in Matthew Dunster, who'd just done 222, A Ghost Story for us, and his incredible creative team. And the world that they've created and the theatrical way of telling the Hunger Games on stage is really extraordinary what they've done.
Then to combine what we do with Troubadour Theatres in terms of building a venue for it was also something that we sort of had thought about, but we didn't want that to be the driving factor. We wanted to sort of tell the story first, and then if that was part of it, and we said to the team, look, there is a prospect where we could create something and build something. And they went, wow, let's go for that. So we said, within reason, the world is your oyster, a big black box, let's create something exciting and different. And I think we wanted it to be not a gimmicky Hunger Games venue, but we certainly pushed a lot of the architecture and design in terms of the industrial elements of it and the colours and the themes to create that sort of Hunger Games feel.
And Mia, who plays Katniss, is just extraordinary. She never leaves the stage for 2 hours. It's unbelievable.
When they've created this new version, stage adaptation, and then getting to be the people that originate that role is just insane. And I feel so lucky to be that person to originate Katniss in a stage adaptation.
Yeah, I mean, it's an honor to be part of this franchise in a different medium. It's so cool. And I mean, it's such a relevant story. And, you know, there's still, as you said, there's the books obviously just come out, but the film's next year. And it's so obviously it's still going. It still has a life.
Through like word of mouth, I'd like found out that Euan had got the role. But then it wasn't official, so I was like, I don't want to message him in case he hasn't, and then that's so awkward.
There's always that doubt. Like,
yeah.
it was the
I
same
didn't think
for
you
me.
had the same. You knew that I'd got it.
It was the same. I kind of through deduction and process of elimination figured out it was Mia, also through like word of mouth. But again, same thing. I didn't want to message her just in case she didn't, and because that's just rubbing salt in the wound.
Yeah.
So, but we both got it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what Conor was able to do because of Lionsgate and Suzanne, Conor was able to take the books and the films and bring it together into a unique theatrical telling. So there's moments from the books that aren't in the films. There's the way that Conor has done it is from Katniss's point of view. So we're in Katniss's mind, and you still get those wonderful monologues that are in the book.
Yeah, so because there's a lot of like Katniss's inner monologue in our play, and it's really cool. I get the opportunity to like talk directly to the audience, and I kind of love that. I get to like look everyone in the face, and sometimes I like pick different people to say the lines to, which is fun.
Well, there's some iconic lines, of course, in the show. So when Caesar says, "May the odds be ever in your favour," when Effie says it, of course, the audience join in. Some of President Snow's lines, played by the incredible John Malkovich, are just iconic.
When the Hunger Games takes this stage, I will be watching. Will you?
Yeah, I have to do a lot of stunts and moving around and then speaking as well straight afterwards, as if, because obviously we've only got 2 hours to tell this story, there'll be times when it's 2 days has passed but I've literally just been running, so I'm out of breath but I'm not meant to be in the next scene. So I think finding that when we've been like in the previews and finding moments where I can catch my breath and my stamina's getting better, that I think that's been cool. It's definitely been a push for myself and for all of us, I think, with all the fight sequences and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, yeah, like you said, the fact that we have singing, dancing, acting, then the flying, fighting, on that side of things, it is really quite a challenging show. But I think the most challenging thing is like the safety of it all, and like trying to really commit to a scene emotionally, and then remembering you have to be clipped into your harness a certain way, or you know, you can't let a prop fall off a certain bit of set. So I think that's what I found the most challenging thing.
When we first started this 7 years ago, I don't even know if Suzanne knew she was writing the new books. We certainly didn't. And what's been wonderful is that Suzanne has worked with Conor so that in the play, The Hunger Games on Stage, there's Easter eggs from the new books. So there's various bits and pieces that you don't get in the first book or the first film that appear. So if you're not a fan, you don't need to, you won't miss it. But if you are a fan, there's lots of extra things in there for you.
So in terms of the immersive elements of the theatre, I think that word immersive is thrown around a lot these days. And I think we wanted to create an immersive experience, but not in the sense of an immersive experience where people have to sort of actively participate.
So in this auditorium that we've purpose-built for the Hunger Games, you've got flying all around you, you've got fighting all around you, you've got fighting up the walls, the seats move, there's all the coming up from the lifts, and you can choose where to sit. And we thought, we'll do it in 12 districts, but then we thought, hold on a second, District 12 is actually the show. So District 12 is the stage, which means you can choose your district from 1 to 11, and somewhere in the auditorium you'll be in your own district.
Yeah, I think the way they've laid out the theatre is genius, having it kind of in this like Colosseum way, and then definitely having people sat in their districts is, I mean, bit of a spoiler, but when certain tributes die, their district of seats lights up red. But then I also feel like we've done a really good way at making the audience feel like the capital. And although you buy your seats in certain districts, there's so many moments in the show where you are like, and for us as the performers on stage, addressing the audience as capital members. If that's like, whoa, these are all...
That's a lot of the time when the chairs move out to traverse.
Yeah.
That's a lot when it really does feel like the capital.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
them scenes.
Yeah, like the chariot moment, I'm waving to the audience as if they are the Capitol. When we turn up to the Capitol, I'm looking at everyone as if they're the Capitol. And then even in the talk show, like, it's such a great moment because the talk show is maybe one of the only moments where, like, the audience isn't a fly on the wall. They are just the audience in the space, and we can address them, and, like, you can play up to the audience and get them to participate a bit.
Really, it's about when you come into this space here. I think that's a sort of the immersive element in terms of you suddenly feel like you're in the world of the Hunger Games. And I think that's what we're excited about. We're excited when people walk in the doors and they see this space, and it blows their mind, really. And then all the tricks and fun and things that happened in the show, which we won't tell you too much about. You have to come and see for yourselves.
The Hunger Games on Stage is now up and running here at the Troubadour Canary Wharf Theatre in London. As always, you can leave your thoughts about the show in the comments section down below. But please, for the love of Lenny Kravitz wearing Cinna's golden eyeliner, keep it kind. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for What's on Stage.
The main takeaway from what I've seen of fans is apparently my Peter's sassy, but I love that.